Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Sevens. This one, the bronze medal final between Spain and South Africa. Now, Spain were beaten badly in their semi-final, but this is still a brilliant result for the Spanish team, who currently find themselves second in the overall standings. For South Africa, they were defeated in golden point time up against the Australians. After having a great win over Fiji in their quarters, they will be looking to bounce back and get themselves the bronze medal here. Now, of course, it's not as far as they wanted to go in the competition. They were the Cape Town gold medalists, and now they can still get that bronze. Looking through at the starting lineup, first of all, for the South Africans, it is Kua Nokia, Ryan Oosterhuizen, Shilton van Wyk, David Brits actually in the starting side, which is a little bit surprising, seeing as he made his way off the field early in the last contest with a shoulder injury. Ronald Brown, Ricardo James Duarte, and also Impi Visa also in the starting lineup for the Spanish. They've had a little bit of a roller coaster here in terms of what they've been able to do throughout Perth. Juan Ramos, Bozel, Josep Ceres, Laforga, Sainz Trapanga, Anso, and Eduardo Lopez, the last man in the starting side. We have got Go Spain from Ram and come on South Africa, says LFG. Yeah, this final, bronze that is, not too far away. What's your prediction? Honestly, Spain have the potential of either being close or losing by 30. And I know that that sounds like a very big margin, but we did see it recently in their game up against Argentina. They didn't find their rhythm and they got beaten badly for it. Just showing there the schedule. The next round of the Sevens has taken place across the 21st and 23rd of February. That is in Vancouver. Then we head to Hong Kong in March. April will be Singapore, and it closes out in LA on the 3rd and 4th of May. So plenty still to come for these sides. But it will be very interesting to see where everyone stacks up at the end of this competition. Both of these sides are jockeying for points. Spain is sitting second on the overall standings, and we do see South Africa sitting third. But if Argentina manage to get themselves a win here, that skyrockets them in the right direction. Marcos Maneta, they're just showing him there, getting a hat-trick in the last contest. That was up against the Spanish. Paul Pla, he will be making his way off the bench. Same with Manu Moreno. They're actually starting to establish a few good names here, Spain, which is fantastic to see. They're a side that were a little bit unknown maybe a year ago, who every once in a while could pull off a big win and get themselves in the right direction. Now they're expected to do quite well each leg of the Sevens. Of course, the final will be Australia versus Argentina. For the women's side of things, it will be New Zealand versus Australia. So in the men and the women, the home side have managed to get themselves in the finals. Both will be extremely intriguing. How many points does the winner get here? So the winner of this game will get 16 points. I believe the loser of this game gets 14. I think that's how it works. So you can make up a couple extra points compared to the sides above. Mate, why? Other one's final closing out the evening. I am not actually too sure, to be honest with you. That's not how they normally do it, but for some reason for Perth, they've decided to switch it around. I'm sure there's some sort of reasoning behind it, but I have no idea what it would be. But yeah, the game going to be kicking off at 8:11 local time. There we go, for the first time in history. Any reason why? They haven't said. It's just the first time in history that the women will be after the men for the final, but they did not mention anything along the lines of why the reasoning is behind that. They've got a man without a shirt on at the moment with a big mullet playing guitar. I'm not sure who these people are, but we are getting very close to the start of this third place game. Spain sitting on second place. South Africa in third. Looking through at the starting lineups for anyone who doesn't know them. For the Spanish, it is Juan Ramos, Bozel, Joseph Ceres, Laforga, Sainz Trapanga, Anso, and also Eduardo Lopez. For the Blitzboks, Kua Nokia, Ryan Oosterhuizen, Shilton van Wyk, David Brits, Ronald Brown, Ricardo James Duarte, and also Impi Visa. Close out the South African side. But they are just showing there the teams making their way onto the field. There is Paul Pla. I don't believe he is going to be starting in this match. Instead, will be making his way off the bench. Let's grab bronze for the Blitzboks, says LFG. Now, the big question, I know you've been asking about whether or not South Africa can get to first if they were to win this game. But I think the bigger question, I can't quite remember how the sides are sitting, but I wonder, will they actually go above the Spanish if they were to win this. Looking here at the moment for the men, Spain is sitting on 32, South Africa are on 30. So it would actually mean that both of those sides are sitting on the same, and I believe that South Africa would sit above Spain because of the fact that they have got themselves a gold under their belt, whereas Spain have only had a silver. That was, of course, up against the Fijians in Dubai. So Spain can actually drop down one. South Africa can make their way up, and that would put them into second, with the exception of maybe if Argentina get the 20 points, then they would jump very close to first. But we are almost ready to go. I'm in the Quinns Rock, Perth. Would rather listen to your commentary, says Ram. So I do appreciate you being here, of course. We got plenty more coming in the near future. South Africa kicking off from left to right. We get towards the evening in Perth. Kicked off nice and high from the Blitzboks. Spain looking straight into the Suns. And it's a great take from Sainz Trapanga. Juan Ramos plays half. Josep Ceres now going across here into the middle of the field. La Forga. A lot of pressure on the breakdown from Impivisa. Looking both ways. Joseph Ceres. It's actually interesting because Spain have been doing so well. I actually know their team a lot better than a couple of the others on the Sevens circuit at the moment, such as like Great Britain. I probably couldn't name you the whole starting lineup at the moment, whereas for Spain, they just roll off the tongue. Look like an awkward landing there for La Forga, kind of driven into the turf with his legs slightly elevated. I think that's called as penalty for not rolling away though. Goes Spain, says Ram. Now Spain, they will be able to kick this one towards the touchline if they want to. South Africa has won 27 of their 28 all-time meetings up against Spain. So one of these sides is heavily expected to win, but Spain don't know that. Spain think that they are going to go into this game and come out as the victors. Go South Africa, says LFG. We've got their Spain winning the first time in Singapore 2023, and that is, of course, the only time that the Spanish have been able to win. But Joseph Ceres. I'm back across here, Juan Ramos. Driven backwards now. Now La Forga tries to pick and go. Eduardo Lopez has to join the breakdown, and he's done just enough work to knock the Blitzboks off their feet. It's very close at the moment, and the penalty does go the way of Spain again for a high shot coming from the Blitzboks. Their discipline has been letting them down a little bit in their last couple games. The same in their contest up against Australia, getting that last-minute yellow card of Ryan Oosthuizen, and that seemed to be the real difference maker. Now again, kicked into touch by Spain. Box to win easy. They should anyway. Like, they've only lost once in history to Spain. That was in Singapore 2023, so a couple years ago. And another like a Springbok scalp, says Ram. Now nicely thrown in by Spain. A lot of pressure coming in from Ryan Oosthuizen. I think Spain trying to ask for the penalty. Referee says no. Now stepping from Eduardo Lopez. Tries to fend off Schutten van Wyk. Leaves the ball on the short side. La Forga. Tackled well by Ruan Nokia, who gets right over the ball. Sorry, my apologies. Kieran Nokia rather than Ruan. That's the second time we've called him Ruan today. Spain has lost 2 from 2 third place playoff games. They've actually only been through to a final once. And that was in their opening round of the competition. Now scrum feed. This is what the Blitzboks need. A little bit of possession here just to get their hands on the ball, find their rhythm. And that is where Spain will be in a little bit of trouble. South Africa has a history of winning 15 of 24 third place games played. So more than 50% likely that they will walk away here with the bronze. In fact, I would say you could probably argue more than 80% chance that they get the bronze here. Schutten van Wyk passes on the outside to Kieran Nokia, who cuts nicely again to Schutten van Wyk. Cross to Oosthuizen, rough pass there. Nicely cleaned up by David Brits, but it bounces out the back for Ricardo James Duarte. Out to Impivisa. It's good defence at the moment from the Spanish, but all it takes is one missed tackle, and the Blitzboks will be in. Now Brits goes to Van Wyk. Good pace. Handling error from Ronald Brown. And it's called as a knock on. He looks directly to the touch judge and says, I don't think it was, sir. Might be a little bit hard done by. I think that one did actually travel backwards. We're going to see the replay there. Oh, to be fair, the first initial touch did go forward, and then he regathered it kind of with his hand and slapped it towards himself. So I think he's probably one of those situations that could have gone either way. They did give it as the knock on in the end. Now, 2 minutes 40 remaining in this first half. Both of these sides yet to get any points on the board. Off to the left-hand side. Chance here again. Eduardo Lopez offloads it to Laforga. Juan Ramos going on the outside. And this one's going to stay in the field of play. Oh, he's knocked it on. The ball did not bounce nicely for him. He was waiting for it to pop up, and it just did not. Could have been the try for Spain. Spain never go to the world. The Afrikaans got shipwrecked. Says Ram, and Spain will win easy. Says Pancake Gamer. And tell you what, it was almost brilliant work from Anton Lego Baru. And it just didn't pop up. That's one of those things that the rugby ball can sometimes be your best friend. I mean, we saw Marcos Maneta get 3 tries up against Spain because every time that ball was rolling, it just popped up into his hands. That time, not so lucky for Spain. 100 seconds remaining. They've had the better of this first half so far. South Africa need to find their rhythm. But once they do, they normally score about 3 or 4 tries in quick succession. Blitzboks should win easy. They should, but whether they do or not could be a different story. Looks like Ronald Brown just going to clear this one towards the touchline. Well handled at the back from Juan Ramos. He's got a teammate out to his right, and now nice step here from the Spanish. Eduardo Lopez can't get around. Back to his feet, gets chopped down by David Brits yet again. South Africa's defence has been strong throughout this first half. Oh, Laforga, he's just been flattened by Impevisa, and the penalty goes the way of Spain for South Africa once again losing their feet. That was a massive shot from Impevisa. Just that's a hard one to get for Laforga, who already has had an awkward fall earlier on in the contest. Now, another tap going to be taking place for the Spanish. 30 seconds remaining here. Ball on the inside. Oh, that was almost a high shot from Ryan Oosterhuis. A nice ball on the inside. Oh, there's an advantage. I'm not sure what this is for. Double blow of the whistle, though, and Shilton van Wyk. Referee looks straight towards him. He's going to go off the field for 2 minutes. I don't actually know what that was for. Was it a deliberate knock on? Or was it for offside? I'm not actually sure what that was. 2 minutes in the sin bin, though, for Shilton van Wyk. One of the quickest players out there on the field for South Africa normally, and he will not be quick out there for the next 2 minutes. Go Spain, give him the broadside of the galleon. Says Ram. Now Ramos. Chance to feed this ball in. They've got 6 players up against them here. 2 minutes for Shilton van Wyk to be from the field. Now Juan Ramos has control at the back of the scrum. Advantage in favour of Spain yet again. Looking for the pass across, and they will go back for yet again another penalty. Double blow of the whistle. Yellow card for South Africa again. Player throwing the ball away. The discipline has just absolutely disappeared for the South Africans. Ronald Brown, he will now be the man going off the field for the next 5 minutes. Now 5, says Novmam. And what's the score? Currently still 0-0 with only 4 seconds remaining in this first half. But we're going to see here Ronald Brown gets the ball, kicks it away. And this ref ain't fair. To be fair, kicking the ball away does get you an instant yellow card. I'm still not sure what Shilton van Wyk's one was for. But, yeah, that one for Ronald Brown, completely understandable as he did try and slow it down. Nice ball on the inside from Sain Trapanga. Offloads up Laforga. He's going to be short of the line. Impevisa trying to shut it down. They are 1 metre short now. A lot of pressure coming in from Spain in the breakdown. From South Africa. Another penalty for South Africa leaving their feet. Like they're saying, there's a chance that South Africa could run out of players. He will score it between the posts for Eduardo Lopez. And they score right at the end of the first half for the Spanish. And they will lead at halftime 7-0. That is so low scoring. Says Pancake Gamer. Yeah, both of these sides working hard. Surely Spain should score now. They have. And they had to work hard for it. The only time they were able to fully bust through was when we saw South Africa with 5 on the field. And they will still have 5 on the field for the next 90 seconds of the second half. So if Spain can get themselves another, perhaps that would be enough of a lead that they need. Yeah, intriguing game between these two sides happening at the moment. South Africa not finding their rhythm, a little bit similar to what we saw in their last contest. Go the Spanish, says Prince there. And here goes Spain, says Ram there as well. Currently, Spain are the favourites. South Africa are $2.40 underdogs. I do see Arieg basically given the game for free to Spain, says LFG, but the discipline of the Blitzboks, it's been a talking point. The other one, of course, were those missed kicks that they have had off the kicking tee or off the drop kicks. They've actually missed 8 so far throughout this competition, which is surely the most that they've had in a very long time in terms of the inaccuracy of getting the extra 2. Now, second half not too far away from taking place. I should also mention the final not too far away from happening. That is going to be kicking off at around 12:30 a.m. New Zealand time. So that is in 45 minutes, and we are going to be covering that one on the channel as well. So anyone who is new, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Then we will have the women's final. That is taking place in about an hour and 30 minutes. And that is between New Zealand and Australia. 2 yellow cards at the moment. Schulte van Wyk got the first. Ronald Brown got the second. And South Africa probably very lucky not to get a third of Impivisa just out from the goal line when they were defending. They certainly don't want to get on the wrong side of the ref just as we currently sit. He has not been afraid to go to the pocket if needed. And Spain will know that too. They know that their discipline has to be strong in the second half, or else could be a big problem. But now, second half just about to kick off. South Africa have 5 men on the field, and Spain want to make the most of it. Kicked off by Juan Ramos to get us back underway. Spain trying to slap that one back. It's gone forward, though, a knock on from the Spanish. South Africa now with the scrum. Still another 40 seconds remaining before Schulte van Wyk can make his way back out onto the field. And teams that feel entitled lose the plot when pressured. New Zealand, Fiji, and the South Africans. Says Ram. Spain are looking to win their first third-place playoff. They have lost their previous 2 as the stat that's just come up on the screen. They would love nothing more than to beat South Africa here in the the bronze final. But there's still a long way to go. Selvin Davids now going off to the right-hand side. That's a little pop pass up to Impivisa. In fact, this time it is Kua Nokia. Now, Saviwa Soyas Wapi, bit of a hospital pass towards him. Spain trying to get that counter ruck going. Haven't quite been able to steal it. South Africa keeping this ball, although now the counter ruck from Spain works out. South Africa didn't want to commit too many men to that breakdown, and because of it, it means that Spain have got possession back. That is a forward pass, but it's dropped anyway by Eduardo Lopez. And it's going to be now the scrum again to South Africa. Now, this is interesting because they will be back to the full contingency of 7 out there on the field. They are still considered as $2.30 underdogs here. Just not getting that pass backwards for Juan Ramos. If he had it, could have been the second try of the match for the Spanish. During the sin bin time, there were 7 points scored while Spain has really improved heaps out of all the beginner countries. Sears and they've looked phenomenal throughout the 7 circuit so far, currently sitting in second. And if they were to win this game, that is where they would remain at the end of this round. Paul Pla, the most decorated Spanish player in terms of tries scored, now makes his way on. He's at 103 tries, 48 tournaments. And he'll be absolutely loving this period that Spain are in. He's spent a long time on a losing Spanish side. Now they're getting a lot of big wins that a long time ago or a year ago they may have never imagined being able to do. Now Reynolds de Hazen on the short side gets wrestled towards the touchline. The Forga gets in, but he does lose his footing. So the penalty will once again go the way of South Africa. Still 5 minutes remaining. I will mention if this game is drawn at the end of regular time, we will go to golden point. We've seen quite a few times already throughout this Perth Sevens competition. Let's fight back, Blitzboks. Says LFG. Looks like time is going to be off again. Another change being made. Donovan Don makes his way onto the field. And it looks like that is going to be for Kiwanokia, who will make his way off. I only got another 2 live streams of the Sevens that are taking place today, and then we are all done with the Sevens for another month. It always feels like a long time. The last gap was about a month and a half between this leg and Cape Town. And that is going to be another penalty not rolling away going against Spain. Ronald Brown now goes off to the right-hand side. Selvin Davids, rush defence from Spain, not working out. Past our white to Donovan Don. He cuts in nicely. Paul Pla makes a crucial tackle. Now Davids fires it back across into the middle of the field. Shitten Van Wyk, rough pass there, but Saviwe Soyas Wapi is there to clean it up. La Forga misses a tackle. Thought about the offload to Ronald Brown. Can't quite get away now. Brown looking for a gap around the side of the breakdown. And Argentina, Spain and Brazil are traditionally good with their ball skills. Just Brazil men suck. Now nice run from Selvin Davids. Every game when South Africa are in trouble, that man comes to the rescue. And he will get another try for himself in the Perth Sevens. That is now 6 tries that he has been able to score. It was nice and close to the post as well. Yeah, good to see the game growing in all countries, says Hanoi. The crowd celebrating it big time. It does end up sniping through the gap. And let's go, says LFG. The kick has gone over, so that now with 3.5 minutes remaining makes the score 7-all. In terms of the live odds, now South Africa are considered as the favourite here. Oosthuizen, not Oosterhuizen. Or Oosthuizen, sorry, I have the T in there as well. But now, 3 minutes remaining on the clock. And all those mentioned there, or those mentioned, think they're entitled to win. Times have changed and they can't handle losing. Says Ram. Now, nicely slapped backwards by Spain, although it almost went into the hands of Donovan Don, who may have knocked that ball on in the process. Bivisa had to get out of that breakdown. Now back across. Kicking in behind. And that's going to be well weighted from Spain. Rather than going for the big dive on the ball, they waited for the mistake to come from the Blitzboks, and now Spain possession again with Juan Ramos. One until trying to get serious. And Oost van de Westhuizen says Wenma. Now Paul Pla. Experienced here. That's going to be an interesting breakdown join. Spain and Uruguay have lots of D-Max sized dudes. Says Hanoi. Yeah, although they've still got a couple of the bigger guys out there. Saint Thrapanga. Perfect example of that. Oh, he's almost tripped over himself there, but trying to fend off Donovan Don. They're on the halfway line at the moment, Spain, with 2 minutes remaining. A nice pass on the outside going out to Juan Ramos. Just give Brazil the money to compete and have players only focusing on the game instead of needing jobs and train at the same time. Not the same situation. Says Mikel. Now on the halfway line, big run forward from Manu Moreno. Well handled again, hands down from the Blitzboks. They've got to be very careful not to give away another penalty in the breakdown. Paul Pla, they need the offload. He gets it away. And Spain will score it again with 1 minute 40 remaining. Give them the broad of the galleon. Spain smashed them, says Ram. And that's going to be Jamie Manteca, his second try for the 2025 Sevens circuit. Paul Pla, though, doing some great stepping. I think they were complaining about the referee being in the way. And I do believe they did have time to get back into position, but it looked like Ricardo James Duarte assumed that the tackles were going to be made without him there. That's now going to make the score 14 points to 7. Still a chance of golden point here, but the Blitzboks need to be the next side to score. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining here. And who scored? It was Jamie Manteca for the Spanish, so now they are leading 14 points to 7. 55 seconds remaining, though. There is a chance of golden point. I can tell you right now, South Africa still have something left in them, but beautifully taken by Manu Moreno. And now Spain in possession once more. Juan Ramos going across field. Wide cutout pass. Just been good with their ball handling throughout this game, Spain. not easily giving the ball away. And Blitz flop, says Ram, going off to the right-hand side. Paul Pla trying to pierce his way through. Selvin Davids looks for the turnover, can't get it again. La Forga goes across to Juan Ramos. Manteca in the middle of the field. One more pass to the left-hand side. 15 seconds remaining. They don't even need to score again here, Spain. They just need to close out the game. But onto the ball. Impivesa wins the turnover penalty. Now Shilton Fun Fake. They have still got a chance of closing out this game. Brilliant tackle made. Manteca tries to win the penalty, but he does give it away. And now, once again, another quick tap taken by the Blitzboks, down by 7. That's a terrible choice. Or is it? Nokia chasing after it. Spain will win the foot race. He tries to kick it dead, and it does go. That was the wrong choice. The kick in behind, yes. Nokia looked great. But just doesn't work out. That's what happens with quota coaches, says Neville. You're always back to that, aren't you, Neville? Anytime there's a loss, anytime they're winning, you don't complain about it. But as soon as someone loses, you go back to that side of things rather than just accepting the fact that another team did better. But that was a brilliant performance from Spain, managing to hang on and get themselves the third place position. That is their first ever win for a bronze. Come on, says LFG. And the Blitz flops, says Ram. But yeah, Nokia. I think Juan Ramos actually kicked that one over the post, to be fair. And yeah, they aren't happy on the sideline. Did we score? They did not know. So the end score in this contest, 14 points to 7. Spain victorious. And the Blitzboks finished fourth. Imagine he kicked into the post and the box scored. That could have happened. That's the thing. It was risky for Spain, but at the same time, Juan Ramos really made sure he gave it plenty. He wasn't going to be leaving it short. But yeah, if the post had got in the way, could have been interesting. Current Springboks coach isn't quota. Says when, yeah, like it's just one of those ones that some people have a different way of accepting a loss, even if it isn't correct. An afternoon, fantastic Spain, Hamish, says Rufy, a massive win for the Spanish. And this one, Spain got the silver in Dubai, says Andre G. They certainly did, but they have never won a third place matchup. They have lost 2 from 2. They have made it further by winning their semi-final, but the stat that we were talking about is the fact that they had never won a third place bronze medal. They had gone further, I believe, yeah, in that first leg in Dubai up against the Fijians, but they hadn't taken a bronze, and now they have. So already doing much better than they have ever before throughout this year. Can't understand why Box are so down now. And we have also got that swim in the seawater. Was warm and salty. Well done, Spain. Most improved team on the 7th circuit so far, says Lilia B. And to think that they almost got demoted last year. Like, imagine if we didn't see Spain, and it would have been a massive shame because they're showing now exactly why they are where they are, and that is up there with the best sides. I'm going for Los Pumas to bang it in today, says Ruth there. Of course, that game is going to be taking place in around 35 minutes' time, and we are going to be covering that one on the channel as well. But nonetheless, I do appreciate you all tuning in. If you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be back for that final and also the women's final that has taken place straight afterwards. So be sure to check those out. But thank you all very much for being here. I will see you all for the next